Welcome back. In this mini lecture, we will look at the ways for describing services. Describing services means that often we have to start by determining what markets want. We are always looking for new ways for providing a way to satisfy markets, but also to understand services and organizations' limitations. To understand the essence and the big picture. We also ask, where does the service stand on the service lifecycle? This information is necessary as strategies are dependent on service lifecycles. Service describing is a key to service management. This enables both the customer and the service provider to know what to expect and what not to expect from a service. Clearly defined services enable customers to understand service offerings, including what each service does and does not include, eligibility, service limitations, cost, how to request information, and how to get help. A well-defined service also identifies internal processes necessary to provide and support the service. At a minimum, every customer-facing service should have a high-level service definition. There is a number of fundamental questions that need to be answered to define a service. What is the service and how do I get it? This is the service description. How do I get help? How do I use the service? This involves the help and self-service part. What does it cost? How is the organization supporting this service? How does the organization provide this service? And what are the principles of service delivery? The process of describing services includes the following points. Determining whether the offering is a service or not. A service is a current, ready-to-use deliverable that is of value to the customer. Is the service currently being provided, or is it a service that you want to offer in the future? Are all requirements for the offering of the service met? What level of definition is needed from the service? There is a need to cooperate with the service provider to answer to these questions. Identifying service manager or the service owner. So who is the person or people who are overall accountable for defining the service, ensuring that services meet the business needs and are delivered in accordance with agreed business requirements, and managing the life cycle of the service. Developing service definition. There is a need to determine what are the basic elements of the description. What are the required elements of the description? Need to take into consideration the 5 fundamental questions. Identify the core team to consult with, also a group of individuals from the public. In addition to reviewing the 5 fundamental questions, potential gaps and risks need to be identified. Advanced service definition also is a thing. So go through the checklist, check for gaps and risks, and assign work to complete these. Deploy service support. The potential structure of a service description could include the following. Firstly, overview, using the service, functionality and how to use the service, flowcharts, should these be necessary at all, access to the service and channels, responsibilities of the user and the provider, shutdown and archiving policy, supporting and training, availability of the service, feedback and additional services. So thank you for listening and stay tuned for the next mini lectures.